Otis culture, fashion and craft. Hello everyone, you're welcome to Otis Culture. In today's tutorial, I will be showing us on how to make a beautiful turban cap. It is very easy to make. The fabric that I'm using for today's tutorial is called metallic, and it is a stretchy fabric. I'll be cutting my head circumference from the stretchy part of the fabric. My head circumference is 23 inches, but I'll be cutting 24 inches. So you will move over to the stretchy part, which is this side. I'm going to measure 24 inches. My head circumference plus 1 inch. Then for the length, I'll measure 16 inches. I always like to use 16 inches because I like my turban cap to be full. (16 inches). So I'm going to cut it out. For the band, I'm going to measure 30 inches by 10 inches. Lest I forget, I'm using 1 yard of metallic fabric. This is for the band, and this is for the base. This is the right side of the fabric. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to fold in 1 inch this way. This is the wrong side, so I'm going to sew it close to the edge. I'm going to sew a straight stitch, like 1/4 inch close to the edge, straight down. After that, I'll flip it over to the right side. After sewing it, you will see the stitch line. The second folding, you will make sure that it covers the stitch line. Then the space you are going to leave from the first folding to the second folding, you will make sure that it's going to be 1/2 inch. Then you will stitch it down, straight down. Then after that, I'm going to fold in my third step. I'll make sure that the folding covers the stitch line as well. So it's going to be like this at the end of the day. Then I will show us the next step to take. I've already made a detailed tutorial for beginners on this. I'm going to put the link in the description box. In case if you are a beginner and you don't really understand what I'm doing, check the description box for turban tutorial for beginners. Let me quickly sew it and show us the next step to take. I've sewn it, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to fold it into 2. And cut it into 2 pieces. thing you are going to do is to measure 2 inches. Then you are going to cross it to have your V shape. Just place it this way on top of the 2 inches, then you will have your V shape. Then you will pin it down. So I'm going to place the band this way. I'm going to sew the band to the base. I'll take to my sewing machine. I'm going to sew 1/2 inch this way. After that, I will show us the next step to take. I've sewn it, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to do is to fold it into 2. After folding it into 2, I'm going to sew like this. The normal way we normally curve our turban base. I've sewn it, as you can see, and I've cut out the excess fabric. So the next thing to do is to sew loose stitches and gather it up. Please make sure that you double your thread. I will be making twisted band for the design. I'll be making use of these 2 strips. The measurement that I have are 33 inches by 5 inches, and I have this into 2 places. This is the right side of the fabric. I'm going to fold it into 2 this way. Then I will take to my sewing machine and sew 1/2 inch straight down. I'm going to repeat the same thing on this as well. After that, I'm going to turn it to the right side. I've sewn it, as you can see, and I've already turned it to the right side. Please make sure that this seam line is at the middle, as you can see. So the next thing to do, you will need a fiber for this next step. I got this from my old projects that I've made before. So you will need fiber for the fillings. You can go to a furniture store to get it, or you get it from your old throw pillow. So you will use the fiber to fill it up. The next thing to do is to place the 2 pieces together this way. As you can see, I did not fill it up to the edge. I left about 2 inches to be able to sew it together. The next thing to do is to twist it up. You twist it in such a way that it will be very tight. So the next thing to do, you will take your base, you will place the band on it this way, then you will check the size, make sure that it is firm. Then you will remove it. This is the size of it. I still have some excess that I'm going to trim out. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take to my sewing machine. I'm going to stitch it together, the 2 edges, then I will trim this excess out. I've sewn it, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll be needing a small piece like this. The measurement that I have is 3.5 inches by 8 inches. So I'm going to take to my sewing machine. This is the right side of the fabric. I'll fold it into two this way. Then I'm going to sew 1/4 of an inch. Then I'll turn it to the right side. I've sewn it, as you can see. Make sure that the seam is at the middle. The next thing I'm going to do, I'll use it to cover up these rough edges this way. I'll take it to my sewing machine. I'm going to stitch it down this way. Then I will cut the excess fabric. After that, I will now turn it to the right side. So the next thing to do, I will turn it over. This is the finished look. As you can see, it is very easy to make. So the next thing to do, I'm going to wear it on my dummy head. So the next thing to do, you will take your base, you will wear it from the back this way. Very easy. This is the final look. You can decide to lift it up a little and apply hot glue around it, but there's no need to do that because it is very firm on the head. This is the final look, guys. We've come to an end of today's tutorial. As you can see, it is very easy to make. Let me quickly show us the back view. This is the side view, and this is the back view. As you can see, it is very easy and beautiful. We've come to an end of today's tutorial. If you find my tutorial helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below if you've not done so. I upload weekly tutorial on my channel. Also remember to click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. Until I come your way next, please stay safe and remain blessed. Bye.